Here is my almost completed Terminator 2 light gun arcade machine. Please leave a like while the intro plays. How's it going, everybody? My name is Jordan and welcome to Basement Collectibles. And if you like arcades, comics, toys, and movies, please consider to subscribe to my channel for more great content. So just a brief history about this arcade cabinet. I found it completely gutted and it had some water damage on the back. Good thing though is that I was able to slim down the back where the water damage was and was able to put a flat screen TV, and I was able to actually get this down my basement stairs without cutting it down any more than it had to be. So it was kind of a win-win with not hurting obviously a real arcade cabinet and gutting a real arcade cabinet just to make it a main machine. So for the amount of space that I have in my basement, this is the corner where I keep my pinball machine and my midway cabinet that I switched the control panel. So right now I built a control panel for light gun games only, which will actually USB plug into a computer. So the one computer in this arcade machine will do multiple different style of genre control panels. So for right now, we'll obviously go over the light gun side of things, and in future videos, I'll go over my other 3 or 4 control panels that I've made. So I ended up purchasing these 2 guns on a Kickstarter campaign. A gentleman came out with the idea or invented a light gun that wouldn't allow you to have actually a sensor bar up top. But to get these things to work, you have to actually have a white border that goes around the screen of each game. So some people didn't like the idea, but I just thought it would be neat to have something that doesn't have a sensor bar, and for a person my height or my children's height should still be able to work without calibrating it each time for each person. The red second player gun that's not recoil came in February of this year, and this recoil blue Sinden light gun just showed up about a week ago now. But in the meantime, when I ordered it, or at least placed the order, I was able to get the custom marquee finished and also the custom control panel overlay. And I had actually some old gun parts from another build that I had, which I just put these on and again just custom made it. I really want to put a plexiglass piece on over top of this just because the artwork is already starting to bubble. The reason why I picked Terminator 2 for the theme of this arcade machine, I just remember always in Florida or any other arcade place that I went to, they always had a Terminator 2 gun game. Now, I only had so many quarters, so I'm sure if it was on free play, it'd probably get pretty boring because it's one of these games where you're just spitting out machine gun everywhere. But Terminator 2 actually wasn't a light gun game. They actually had a joystick mounted underneath the gun. So when you're moving the gun up, down, left, right, it just made it out like on screen that there was a target floating around. So even though this is not a true light gun game, the guns actually still act like it has a joystick built in. So the reason why I said in the intro that this was almost completed, unfortunately, because the screen itself is on an angle, like most arcade machines are, a shooting gun, or at least a light gun arcade cabinet, has to have the screen perfectly flat, not on any angle. So for right now, while I'm shooting, if I don't keep it on an angle like this, and if I keep it straight like this, it won't find the calibration for it. So unless I want everybody that plays this to be on a step stool or be higher, which obviously I don't want to do, I'm gonna have to probably end up building another arcade machine and keep the screen itself flat. Maybe I'll use my Golden Tee control panel for that. So at least I'll have another machine to play, Golden Tee and the light gun games, and then this machine that's on an angle to do most of the button, fighting, side-scrolling games. So the cost of each gun, the blue recoil gun, to get it sent from Europe to Canada, costs just over $200, and the red Player 2 gun with no recoil costs about $120. To get the guns up and running, like I said, they're just a USB connection. So you connect the USB to your computer. There's an app and obviously a home page for this to download the app. Once you download the app, it will take you to a screen where you can start and stop the gun. There's also many tabs up top that will show you what is your size of your TV screen, and you just input it in inches of what your size of the TV screen is. There's other custom functions you can play around with. You can switch the buttons in that, and also for the recoil gun, you can turn that off and on, or you can put it to automatic. So the company seems to be at least updating their app once every few months, which is great. So still getting the bugs out, I'm sure, and adding more features to it. And all you have to do is plug your gun in and update the driver inside the gun, and you're ready to go for the new app. So besides the blue and the red, the guns also come in black if you'd like. There's different combos, so you can get both recoils in a combo pack to save on a couple dollars. When I originally invested in the guns, I bought the non-recoil first, and then decided when I was going to build the Terminator 2 arcade machine to add the blue recoil. I thought it'd be kind of neat to have both options. Just feels like when you're in an arcade and you're using or at least playing on a light gun game, one gun's better than the other gun, so I just thought it'd be kind of neat to, again, just to have something with and without. So when I noticed that obviously I wasn't really getting any good footage with the angle of the TV and using the gun on certain games, I hooked up my computer across the room to my TV just to give you guys a quick demo of certain games on MAME. But you can also use this style of gun on PlayStation. There's Sega Model 2, so for instance House of the Dead, any computer games that was really using a mouse cursor for certain types of shooters. You can program this light gun to play all those games. There's also a gentleman on YouTube that I will link his channel down below, and he gives step-by-step tutorials to how to work the 2 players, the 1 player, how to set up certain things for the software just to get you going rather than just trying to experiment yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed the quick overview of the part 1, let's call it, of the light gun Terminator 2 arcade machine. I will end the video off with those demos that I mentioned, just to give you an idea of how the aiming's like with the gun beside the camera to the target on the screen. But again, I really appreciate the time. Thanks again for all the new subscribers. And if you guys have any comments about this, and I'm really looking forward to adding the part 2 video once I get the next cabinet up and running and have it on the flat screen, putting the new piece of plexiglass and adding more games. Right now, I've got all the MAME games working, but I really want to get House of the Dead and try some of the other third-party games that you can play on your computer. Here is my 500th subscriber giveaway contest. You have a chance to win Strange Academy #1 in a 9.8. All you have to do is like, comment, and be subscribed to my channel. Good luck, everybody.